As the economy slowly reopens and employees are asked to return to work, many of you are still concerned about the threat of COVID-19 and bringing the virus home to your families. And it's sparking a common thread in your questions to us. So, in today's Rebound Detroit, 7 Action News reporter Amira David is working to get you some answers. Amira?
That's right. You may remember we had a conversation about workers' rights last week, but it has only sparked more questions from folks who say they feel anxious about the idea of returning to work during a pandemic.
There's not any like barriers or anything between one person versus the next person.
Kelly, who works at a dental office, says she's concerned about her employer's ability to safely enforce social distancing. And she's not alone. Another Metro Detroiter writing to us worried about returning to her dental job, saying, "I have parents who have severe health issues. I'm afraid that with all the dental treatment and aerosols, I could give them something, and this could be devastating." So they want to know,
can you still get your unemployment benefits if you get called back to work, but you don't feel safe?
I brought in MICHELE EVERMORE of the National Employment Law Project.
Merely the feeling of feeling unsafe is not enough to qualify you for unemployment insurance.
But does it make a difference who you live with?
My husband is at high risk and immunocompromised with a heart condition.
Marianne, a Superior Township senior, was laid off from a garden center job. She was recently asked to come back, but decided not to take the risk.
Due to the chance of bringing the disease home to my very high-risk immunocompromised husband, may I remain on unemployment?
If it's merely somebody in your household who is immunocompromised right now, you don't necessarily have the ability to quit and get unemployment insurance.
Unless you're immunocompromised or were asked to self-quarantine by a doctor due to an underlying condition, you are expected to return to work.
If you do get called back to work and you find that your workplace is unusually dangerous, then you need to raise that with your manager.
If your employer is violating OSHA regulations, no social distancing, little personal protective gear, well, then you have a right to issue a complaint and walk off the job. But keep in mind,
you need to go and reapply for unemployment, right?
Exactly. They should be able to turn your benefits on again at the level that they were at before, if you have legitimate cause for good health and safety reasons to quit.
So here's the Rebound rundown. A general fear of exposure to the virus is not enough to stay on unemployment. Living with someone who's immunocompromised is also not enough to qualify. If conditions are dangerous upon your return, you should report it to your manager, OSHA, and the Michigan Unemployment Agency. And if you have more questions on the topic of workplace safety, OSHA has established a new hotline that you can call to get your questions answered. That number is on your screen. Dave?